maybe 1,000 of these assemblies, and it's always interesting to pick on the guys sitting in the back row. Okay? So just wait until I go call on one of you, and I'm going to have you come down here and maybe ask some questions.
So I just am going to ask him why he thinks that he's not going to be able to graduate, I guess. That's kind of the burning question. Do you raise your hand, right? Just want to know if that was out of seriousness or...
Yeah.
Do you play basketball? Which position?
Post.
You play post? Wow, you must be able to jump quite a ways, huh? Are you playing at Riverside? Have you played a lot?
This is my first year.
Your first year. Did you guys have a successful season?
Yep.
So when you work at, I have a 17-year-old who's an athlete, and he kind of likes to, he does these things where he's contrary, and he'll do the opposite of what I ask him to do. And so I just want to know what in basketball makes you the happiest?
I just play it, get in shape.
So do you think that, is that, you like that better than school?
Yeah.
Are there any subjects in school you like?
Math.
Math? So there are subjects that you like in math, and I think in school, so I think just like anything else, like are you right or left-handed?
Right.
He's right-handed. How many of you are right-handed? How many of you have a hard time using your left hand? So schools like basketball, where if you're good on one side, then it's good to balance it out with other sides. And sometimes you think it's just easier to do math homework because it comes to you more naturally?
No.
Do you want to come back to Riverside next year?
I'm thinking about it.
So Jody, let's ask her some questions. So was there ever a time in your educational life that you thought, man, it's getting too hard, it's too tough, maybe I'm not going to be able to make it through?
Yep. Probably when I was the hardest time was when I was a sophomore in college. It was hard because I wasn't going to class, and I was not going to class.
Oh, not going to class. So do you think maybe that's the reason you're not going to graduate? Does he go to class?
Yeah.
He goes to class? Mm-hmm. Wait, so tell me why you think you're not going to graduate. Just tell me. Oh, so he's going to graduate, but not from here. You know, that's not so bad, huh? Some people will move. In this school, there's a lot of changes from one year to the other. It's important that there be stability, but it's important that even if you go to another school, that you're going to graduate from school. So you think even if you go to another school, you're going to graduate?
Yeah.
You are?
Yeah.
Okay. Give him a round of applause. You can graduate. Lyle, I'm not done with you. An 8th grader. Where are the 8th graders? Raise your hands. Let me have an 8th grade young woman. Come down here. Right there, yes, you in the gray blouse, yes, for you. Fingers being pointed at you. Come on down. Don't make me go up and get you. All right, Reba's coming down. So let's give Reba a round of applause. Look at it, coming down here. So we've just heard from Lyle that he's going to graduate from school. Reba, are you going to graduate? Very, very simple. So you're going to graduate from school? Yes. Now, why do you think it's important to go to school? What have you been taught in this school? What has anybody ever taught you? Why is it important to go to school?
Money.
Money! How many of you agree with her that it makes a lot of sense to go to school because of money? Do you know you know, Reba, that when you go to school and you get your high school degree, if you get a college degree, you make a lot more money than if you don't. You get better jobs. Who likes money? Oh, you like money? Okay. Who wants to have a good job someday? So Reba's right. Give her a round of applause. Now for Reba and Lyle, where are those seniors again? Raise your hands. Do you think that these 8th graders should be focused on the next 4 years and 61 days and graduate from a high school somewhere? Yes? That's really, really good. So let me ask the question one more time. How many of you are going to graduate from high school? How many of you graduate from high school? Okay. I'm going to ask Leah, Reba, and Lyle a couple more questions. Well, tell me one thing that would make this school, the Riverside Braves, one thing that would make this school better. One thing. Okay. First I'm going to ask them, and I'm going to ask the rest of you. One thing. Yeah, one thing.
Somebody say swimming pool.
Go.
All right. We have an answer.
The dorms.
All right, the dorms would be better, huh? We ought to have better dorms. They'll make it better. Lyle? Coaches?
Yeah.
So you think coaches could be better? Okay. You know, we can always do better on all the different fronts. So let's give Lyle and Reba a round of applause. Thank you so much. I am told that we are about done. But we could ask a lot of questions. We could ask questions about groups in this school. And we could ask questions about bullying in this school and whether bullying occurs. And we could ask a lot of other questions. We could ask questions about drugs and alcohol. Those are real questions. Let me ask that question. Let me ask that question on drugs and alcohol. How many of you do drugs? Fair number. How many of you drink alcohol? Fair number. How many so let me ask your principal, Milton.
Yes, sir.
Come here. So what kind of programs do we have to address alcohol and drug issues in this school?
We have a slate of counselors at the Student Services Office, and they work with the students in groups. We have counseling sessions set up with those counselors of Student Services. We also have the IHS, Indian Health Service counselors. Plus we have other transition program that helps the students to, instead of being suspended, they can stay here and go to school. To being suspended off campus. There's counseling. A lot of counseling.
So there are various programs that exist. Let me just say one thing. Do you think you're different? You're pretty honest in your responses. Do you think you're different from other schools all the way across America? No. Not really. Not really. When you look at the numbers of substance abuse, alcohol, drug, it's the same thing no matter where you go across the United States. But here's my one point to you on all this. Don't become a slave to those things, okay? Because I want you to grow up, graduate from this school or another school and go to college. And I want you to be like Jody Gillette, okay? I want you to be like Jody Gillette, who can see her dreams and she can achieve her dreams. And each and every one of you and achieve your dreams, okay?